All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to the 36th episode of the Community SparkCast. And with me to join for the community is Fred D, the back end of .org, and Brian from Team Dakota.
Fred, you're looking all classy with that mug. Just sipping away while he announces you.
Did he extend his pinky appropriately?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't notice.
I didn't. No, that's too much
uh,
skill.
In any event, Brian, where were you last week?
I was here like everyone else. No, I was at GDC, which was awesome. Thousands of developers all talking about games, the futures of games. It's cool stuff. So Project Spark was there. We were in the Xbox Lounge, which is basically you have to go through there to get to the showroom floor. So we had a lot of foot traffic, lots of people come by, and we basically got to step back and just let people play community games because. So I've been to when I was on the community side of things. I went to PAX East last year, and I went to Comic Con with both these two guys actually on here with
Yeah.
me, and I remember both of those. So PAX East, it was totally just showing people how to create because there wasn't really too much to play. At Comic Con, we did kind of both. There were some good games out at that time, like Godzilla was out by that point. Pixel Run was out.
hmm
Ball. Remember how many people played Ball of Destruction when
I
we were
played
there?
Ball of Destruction like 50 times while we were there.
I know, right? Right. Um,
Oh, and
but
Super 16 Plus was there.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we had some pretty good games at Comic Con, but it was still kind of showing like, yeah, and you could also build this on top of it. And like for this, for GDC, it was basically people said, I bet you can't make this in Project Spark, and I said, well, actually, you can make this and this on top of it. So it was really awesome being able to show the community levels. Like, I mean, there wasn't a single person who, if they spent more than like a minute with us, there wasn't a single person whose mind wasn't blown by things. We had a great, lots of showings of X Zero. That was one of our stars. And funny enough, a lot of people were playing Swordman. It was like if you actually play Swordman, it's genius in its simplicity. Like a lot of game developers were commenting on like how it's so simple, but like it just gets simplicity so well. So that's why it's so popular in the game, and it was also so popular with developers.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not tired of the melee combat in Spark, the default stuff that you have to do in between the whirlwind, I can see it being fun. But yeah,
Yeah, but also the heavy attack in that is it's a cool tweak on our combat mechanics. Like just if you just play around with Y, it's a cool new attack type that they
isn't it
kind of
just
tweak.
heavy attack?
No, it's I think it's our knife attack, but also with the pace changed a bit, so it feels a bit different. Um, but yeah, so that one, like a lot, we actually had surprisingly that and X Zero got the most comments from people being like, "Wow!" Not only so the thing that really blew the minds of devs is the fact that not only were people in Project Spark building games, but they were understanding like core mechanics of game design because that's what GDC is all about. It's for game developers, so a lot of them. A lot of people who are there are aspiring game developers or up and coming game developers or pro game developers, and so they all kind of are playing stuff there from the mindset of like, is this a good game? And that's what they're really impressed by is the fact they're playing games that were good games to them. Which like that's I can definitely say back in beta, Comic Con, PAX East, we just didn't have enough games that just felt like they were just super fun, playable experiences. We had some, but we didn't
Polished.
have, yeah, we didn't have that many at the point. But now we have so many polished, like full playable experiences that like we could just kind of sit back and throw up something, have people play it. There were a few times when we kind of were going off to meetings or catching up with other developers where we kind of left it going in the background, and people were just playing games on it. It was pretty cool. It was a really great time. We had a lot of developers who saw it, finally understood it, and they're going to start prototyping ideas in there. Some of them will be coming to see what's going on with this community game jam that apparently the members of .org are running.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, so I've heard, apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think .org is running a game jam.
It, rumors, vicious lies.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
There's no
Okay.
date set.
Oh, no? Oh, okay.
You didn't see a
I,
fancy banner that Fred spent a few hours working on. or
Oh
days.
yeah, the sweet rolling effect thing. Gotta say,
That was
Raul
good.
from our team was what he was like. That looks like a $10,000 coming soon page.
Don't spread any information about how that was made, Fred. Leave the man behind the curtain.
Well, I was gonna say that that wasn't the original idea. The original idea was to actually make a 3D environment, and it just wasn't coming together from the assets of the game. So that
It,
was second pass through.
well, actually, we made one thing, then we kind of changed the title a little, slightly. So we had to throw out what we had been working on. And rather than work from scratch again, we were like, let's make an image of some sort.
But yeah,
Okay. Yeah, well, so now's my time to ask you guys questions. What's gonna happen on the 13th?
We
I'm
are
gonna be at
going.
work.
Yeah. So we're going to be releasing all of the things. So all the rules, the stuff that I can't even go into details about because then I will give away what it is.
The
Uh,
rules, the
the
themes,
prizes,
the prizes, the
the
other
sponsor.
involved company.
So
fees.
now you guys you start to understand like what when I have amazing things to talk about, but I just can't talk about them yet. Now
Yep.
you understand.
No,
That's
because
why I just hide.
we're under NDA, so you can tell us things.
Uh, Fred's not.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I
he
still
is.
am from Alpha.
Oh yeah,
It
that's
never
right.
expires.
Yeah, so an interesting thing for people in the community who don't know, Paradox Moose is under NDA because he visited the Team Dakota offices back during PAX Prime and saw lots of goodies all the way back during PAX Prime that still were just concepts and haven't made into game. Some have made into game.
Very
Quite a
few. Very
Really?
few.
Very few. Huh,
Yeah,
interesting.
I saw a lot of stuff that I haven't even heard you guys talk about yet, so I'm still waiting
Yeah,
anxiously.
we have so much coming.
That's how development is, though.
I know. Yeah.
But I strongly recommend anybody in the Seattle area or who ends up in the Seattle area for any conference or anything, like give these guys a call and say, "Hey, can we stop by for a day?" I'm I'll be shocked if they say no.
Uh, if you're a sketchy person, we'll say no.
All right, so Fred, sorry.
Um, yeah, I mean, people can feel free to tweet at us if you're ever coming around the area in Seattle. We love to have people out. We're actually working with some students. We are right down the road from DigiPen. We're working with some students there to try and get them to come visit us. A cool thing, if you didn't know, DigiPen, it was students at DigiPen who made Portal.
Oh,
DigiPen is like really a really top-notch design school, and they are literally 3 blocks away from us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But yeah, tell them to join the Game Jam this week.
Well, they're all actually like deep into building their final projects due in the next 3, 4 weeks. So I
That's
told them about
fine.
the game jam. They were all super excited about it.
Well, listen,
And then
the Game Jam is only going to be a 3 week project, so they could do their entire project in 3 week span for the Game Jam entry.
they could.
It's not going to work out, but you know. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
if someone came from Ireland, I would be very impressed because Seattle is
Yeah,
like the opposite end of the country.
I know that is impressed. Don't come all the way over here just for us. But if you do come over to ever visit Seattle, if you give us some advance warning, we might be able to work it out. I can't say we'll be able to work it out for everybody, or else I can just see we'll get an influx of like 50 people a day showing up. But we'll
Yeah.
try and definitely work it out for people.
If it was 50 people a day, then you go through your entire community in about 2 weeks.
Oh, oh, that's funny.
Burn. Okay.
that's bad.
Yeah. Well, as far as like the super engaged community that we have here, as opposed to people who are just showing up and building inside of Project Spark or playing other people's creations in Project Spark. Make sense?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I mean, flying isn't cheap,
Mm.
especially to a
Flying
corner.
is not.
Flying to a
No.
corner of the country.
Hey, Wirt made it all the way, so
Yeah, but Wert's
Andrew did
crazy.
take it away.
Word Andrew, he's crazy.
well, that's fine. That's all.
Like
it takes.
legitimately crazy. Like he's in the army and he's crazy. That doesn't bode well for Greece. Like he spends all his time in the army building stuff in Spark. So
Yeah.
basically, when Greece is invaded by some small country, it'll be on his watch.
So, Brian at GDC, did you guys have a Surface with you and showcase that?
No, we didn't. Instead, as you know, we've been a few weeks ago. No, it's actually a few months ago now. We had this cool partnership with Alienware where we gave out all these codes, these get started codes with them. So
Hmm.
they actually gave us laptops, like those awesome 17-inch super high powered laptops to show off Spark there. So we had it running on the big screen on Xbox, and we had laptops also to show it
Oh,
off.
nice.
How
Yeah.
well did those laptops
Oh my God, they
work?
were those beasts were amazing. They were amazing. Yeah.
I've always wanted an Alienware, but I've never forked out the money for one.
Yeah.
I always just build my own.
Yep, same here.
I built my current PC.
I built this one for Spark.
I
I
built
built
mine for Spark too, actually. Yeah.
I built mine for game design, and I'm not even there.
Yeah, well, you're designing something.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we finalized, like, we had a conference call, like, the group of us, as well as other .org staff, to finalize the Game Jam rules, like, absolutely finalize.
Yep.
So everything's in cement at this point.
Yeah, it was a fun meeting we just had today where basically Rahul and I just said, "Yep, yep, yep. You guys got it. Good." Yeah, you guys have a great handle on this. I'm really excited for what you're gonna do.
Well, we've been working on it for, like, what, 4 or 5 weeks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's been about that, yeah.
Yeah.
I have 2 long nights ahead of me finishing up my final thing, but
Yeah, so some back end stuff to get the site a little bit more, I don't know,
now
formatted.
now the site's good to go. Now it's just creating the last content marketing piece.
I don't even know what that is, so I guess we'll have to talk off air because I don't remember what you're talking about. Yeah, but yeah, this game jam should be awesome. I've seen a lot of people getting together to collaborate already, and that is strongly encouraged by myself, not officially, but I think we just use the word encouraged, but not strongly. But personally, I strongly encourage it. Um,
Yeah, it's like the coolest thing by far I've ever seen in like all stuff in Project Spark are when two community members,
or more,
yeah, or
up to
more,
four.
team up. Like when community members who like also may not know each other as well but are amazing members team up and build something, amazing things can come out of it. Like I know unfortunately there was like some saving issue way back in the day, but Lucid, Stu, and One Man One Riot got together and built this awesome Halloween type level. That was a really cool thing. So and then also Paradox Moose and Instant Kafka teamed up for their Game Jam entry. So did Abra and Eris. They teamed up for their Game Jam entry, and both of those were winners. So I think when you team up with other community members, you create really cool stuff.
Right, because of the game jam from number one, only two of the entries that won first place were not collaborations, but they weren't opposed by any collaborations.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
So, if history repeats itself, you don't want to be in the losing end of that.
Yeah.
Um, but like I hadn't actually worked directly with Instant Kafka before. I had only talked to him about like some design notes for how you could possibly improve electron flow. That was
Mm.
his basically a plumbing game of sorts. Um, a few months back, but yeah, we decided he was working on it already, and then he needed some help with some stuff that he wasn't particularly uh, fluided with, level design and prop design and stuff like that. So I just filled in the gaps there.
Yeah. Well, you guys made a great level.
It
We
was
actually showed
okay.
we no, we showed that off actually a lot of GDC as well. Like a lot of people said, how does Spark do with 2D side scrollers, and that was the first thing we showed. And they're like, oh, okay, you can make really good, competent 2D side scrollers in here. Got it.
And then you showed them Ori and the Blind Forest next door, and we're like, yeah, we can make that in Spark too. We did it at San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah. And speaking
Yeah.
of so we were right next to Ori and the Blind Forest at San Diego Comic Con, and then at GDC, Ori and the Blind Forest had a screen right next to us also this time, and the same developers, or one of the same developers who was at Comic Con was at GDC with us. So he remembered me, and he talked about how he'd been tinkering around in Project Spark since. So yeah, so it's really cool. He was asking about how the community was doing, asking about you guys.
And then he's like, "Wait, they hired you?"
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they did say that they were probably going to use this as a sandbox.
Right. A lot of like pro developers said that to us.
Because you can fail
You know,
faster in
yeah,
Spark.
exactly. Like a lot of them, obviously they have their own engines they're building stuff in, but a lot of them said, for me, when I'm building my professional game, I want to do the mechanics and stuff inside of something that's super quick to prototype ideas in Project Spark. Just for them, they're like, this makes the most sense out of everything else I've seen.
You can see real quick if this is a fun mechanic or not. You don't have to build
Right.
the entire game around it and then find out we just wasted 6 months of 5 people's salaries building this.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I really started getting more and more into mechanics. A thing I never thought I'd be good at in game design, but I really started getting more and more into mechanics when building Project Arc because it's like so easy and it's just so fun to test around and see like how like quickly you can get stuff to feel impactful and feel good.
Yeah. Uh, and so that reminds me, actually. There was a discussion on .com forums about is ingenuity in game being killed by gamers? Is ingenuity what people want? Or innovation?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question, and I think it's also a very subjective question too, because it's very different for every gamer, obviously.
Lore question, can you pet a spark?
Can you pet a
I, I,
spark?
I
Hmm.
I can pet a squirrel.
A spark squirrel. That's true.
There we go.
I don't think we've ever answered if a spark. I don't think we've ever answered that lore question of if a spark is like you can pass through it or not. So I have to say no comment for now because we may explore that.
I'm gonna guess it's ethereal, but that's just me. Or
Yeah,
ethereal. Whichever one.
yeah, ethereal. Sounds kind of cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'll have to talk with the lore guys. Oh, actually, since Mabel Platoon, since you're here, crazy thing is actually our lead concept artist Jed came over to me today and was asking about like who really loves lore in Project Spark, and I was like, oh, we have this community member Maple Platoon who asks like all these awesome questions, and so you may have us bugging you, asking you questions at some point. He just wants to get a check on like the people who are really into lore, like what they're asking about lore.
Yeah.
I know for Paradox Moose, he does not care whatsoever about lore.
Yeah,
Get,
same here.
get it out of my way. I just want to make my own games. Just give me the stuff to do it.
Right. But some people like Messcat, I know, really likes lore. And obviously Maple Platoon really likes lore. Also, one of our community members, Drifta, likes lore. So yeah, we're just kind of we might be just randomly asking people questions, just what they like questions they have about our lore to see like how we might want to expose it because we have a huge documentation on all of our lore in Project Spark actually. So I don't have all the answers myself because I haven't read this huge documentation, but we probably have an answer for everything.
Well, going back to the innovation topic.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No
Go
worries.
yes.
It was an interjection on my part. Um, stupid phone. All right. All right. So I don't think that innovation is dead. Um, pressing all the buttons and it's not turning off. Why do I still have a landline? I don't know. Oh, that's right. It made the TV and internet cheaper to have this. I hope they don't leave a message. No. Okay. Good. I don't think that innovation is
Messcat was
inhibited.
calling you with a lore question.
Oh, that mess cat. Why did I give him my number? No,
Oh, and just sorry to quickly interject for Power of Vic.
because I wasn't
And
answering at all.
last interjection. Yeah, we're exploring things like season passes. We're not ready to announce anything there, but we're exploring things like that where you can just like pay one flat rate and just get all the things. That's something we're definitely looking at for people who just like who don't want to pay as stuff come out. They just want to pay one flat price and then they just get all the stuff.
And I would be very interested in that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, some people have said they're interested.
So innovation, back to it, for the millionth time, and probably hopefully last time. I don't think it's dead so much that it's just not as profitable as same old hat. People go buy Coke. They don't buy an off brand that's brand new. So they buy what they're comfortable with. They buy what they're comfortable with, and after someone becomes comfortable with it and it becomes accepted, that's when it becomes popular. Because even Mario at one point was new.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to be innovative and lucky, and then you have to keep doing it over and over again until it's not innovative anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen also the games that have really succeeded do a mix of innovation and like treading on some familiar territory. Or there are a lot of smaller a lot of smaller titles that just focus straight on innovation and still do well. I think there's like when innovation and I'd say like novelty cross, you get some interesting results from that. Like at GDC, we saw a lot of things that were sort of a cross of innovation and novelty that were getting people really excited. Like kind of games that were a really fun console. Like for instance, when we were at GDC, we actually hung out a lot with the developers of Screen Cheat. If you haven't heard of Screen Cheat, it's basically it's like 4-player deathmatch. Everyone has each other's screens, but the point is to look at everyone else's screens because everyone's invisible in the map. So you need to look at each other's screens to see where each other are so you can shoot them. So it's this novel idea of basically like you now we want you to screen cheat, and even when you're playing online multiplayer, you still see everyone you're fighting against. You still see all of their screens on your screen as well. So it's a really funny concept, but like something like that is has this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like it takes like an idea you're familiar with, just like deathmatch games, really familiar with that, but then it adds on this new innovation to it of you now have to look at each other's screens because everyone's invisible, and so you and they also like color code stuff, so it's easier to see where people are. They have some like really nice subtle things going on there, but they like add in that extra layer of innovation to make it a totally new experience. And I think games like that are finding a lot of success. So you sometimes have to balance, you have to balance those things to come up with like this novel idea.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I was going to bring up Portal, just because people have been doing first-person cameras forever. People have been doing puzzles forever. People have been doing teleports forever. But you combine all of those, and it's innovative.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's the thing that you have to realize is there is nothing new under the sun. Like the most innovative idea you have is really a combination of probably 3, maybe if it's really complex, like 10 ideas that have already been done but never combined together, and that's fine. That's like you put those together in interesting ways to create your own story and to create your own game types.
Yeah, there's a series out there called Everything is a Remix.
Right, and which is totally true. And that's why that's why sometimes I think Moose, you've said this before also, but like making homages or making remixes is a great way to start kind of understanding how people start to learn. So for a while, I was funny like background story on me is I was preparing to be a novelist, which is like a growing field, right? Everyone wants to read novels. So when I was learning it though, like the one thing that we went through in college is you took one of your favorite authors and wrote about a certain subject in their voice. And then, so that was one assignment, writing about something in like that author's voice. And then another assignment was just taking that author's chapter and writing the whole thing from their voice without, like after reading the chapter. So you can't do it from word.
Right.
But you have to write that chapter over again from their voice. And those things are really important in helping us understand like how to capture that voice, and then that really helped us grow as writers. So like for me, I chose Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and that like writing style and of Douglas Adams, and I had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, so it kind of goes back to video games of just redoing other stuff can really help you understand how to do your own things.
Fred, have you learned anything in Project Spark? along these lines?
No, no.
Well, Fred
Come on,
has.
I'm level 8. All
Yeah, I
right,
know. I was gonna
and I've been in since
say.
alpha.
Yeah.
That's no fair.
Yeah, that was a
I've
low
learned a
blow,
Fred.
but
lot. I've learned a lot about HTML, JavaScript, uh, PHP, um, website optimization, servers, hosting. I've learned a ton about that just from Project Spark.
Fred also did build a game at Comic-Con in Project Spark.
Did I?
did you?
Yeah. Remember you built that platformer where you got all the way to the top, you had to jump all the way to the very top, and then you got to the very top, and then the goblin just kicked you all the way back down to the
Oh
beginning?
yeah. Well, that
Yeah,
was
you like
wasn't
jump all the way, you like spend 5 minutes getting to the very top, and this goblin's like, go away. Then it hits you, and then you go away.
that was all three of us doing that though.
Yeah, but it was your
That was
direction.
I didn't do
You were
that.
you were the producer, Fred.
I think I was like on break for that one.
that's what I like to do. I like to produce.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I do. I work with people who do the code for me, and then I tinker with it as needed. But I don't want to do stuff from scratch.
Yeah, and Power Vic, I see you're asking a lot of questions about brains. Why don't Moose and Fred, why don't you plug .org and the awesome live chat that all community members are always in at all times?
So here I was thinking that you were going to plug your tutorial streams on Tuesdays.
No, I mean because like when you have very specific questions, you want a live chat of other community members you're talking with, right?
Right. So at project-spark.org, there's always a live chat going. There's usually people in there who are either willing to directly answer the question or find somebody for you who actually does know the answer. So, honestly, I think the first place you should look is like Mescat on YouTube and Sarah's Tackley's on YouTube and Mount Space Studios on YouTube. And there's also the guide section on .org. Um, Back in elementary school, there was actually a, a slogan that the teachers used was "Ask three before me." So you look for three different places before you ask a live person, and that was basically just to not overload the direct request system. And I think it's a good idea. Try to learn on your own, and when trial and error get you nowhere within an hour or something, then you go out looking on YouTube on project-spark.org's tutorial section, on the Wiki's tutorial section, on .com's tutorial section, and then if you can't find what you're looking for there or something similar, then you go to live chat and directly ask people for help. I think if you're able to find the answer on your own, more often than not, people will be more likely to help you than if you always keep going to them over and over again. This is, honest to truth thing. This isn't the la la land of everybody loves answering everybody's question all the time. But we do answer a lot of questions. So if you can find the answer by yourself, first you'll learn how to fish, so you'll be able to help yourself in the future. But when you can't find help or you can't find the answers, .org is there for you. I think it's
I say
reasonable.
go to .org first, but that's me.
Yeah.
Well, you're not the one who's answering the damn questions. Yeah. All right. So, Duke, what are you going to do for the State of Spark update this week?
Yeah, I'm gonna write that sometime tonight. I'll get to it.
Yeah, but what are like the headlines?
Um, I mean, I know I want to congratulate Kill and Joke. He's the winner of the pirate gaming
Yar.
competition. Which yeah, really cool thing is all of I showed it to like all of the content team and the art team just what kind of the community's been up to with the challenge, and they were really impressed. They were like, "Whoa, this stuff looks pretty amazing." So they're playing through it all, and so I just wanted to extend appreciation for that. That's one thing I definitely want to do. I wanted to give an update on GDC, which I gave here. I think everything I wanted to cover, I'm covering with you guys.
Have you covered the treasure trove or the reaction to it in State of the Spark yet? Because I know you were
Oh
off last
no,
week.
no, that's right. I will cover that. Yeah, we tried something new this week with our prize we're giving out in the treasure trove. We're giving out the very rare Glacier Blade. The Glacier Blade was only available as a pre-order item back when Project Spark launched, where we kind of talked with the we met with our we had a bunch of different partners that we had 4 different pre-order items with, and we've been thinking about fun ways to expose it. And when we started working on the treasure trove, we knew that these kind of fit as like this would be a really cool prize to give out. The eventual idea is this will be available in the marketplace, but it's really cool to try it out and see it as like an item you can win inside the treasure trove. So the Glacier Blade is the first of those. We're not going to be it's not going to be every single week you'll see them. They'll just be kind of here and there, and you might see them in different kinds of ways. But the Glacier Blade is pretty sweet. Bring it into your game, it's pretty darn sweet. It's got all these floaty bits. It's very cool.
If that's the one you put in today, I got it.
You got it?
That's funny.
That's why you got my $4.99 because I wanted that sword.
Well, you got it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's a really cool sword.
So Fred got it before I did because I'm waiting till Saturday.
Brian's
Ooh,
Facebook marketing did the good job for me.
That sweet pic of the blade. Yeah.
Yep.
On Facebook. Yeah, it is a pretty sick blade. Ooh, Ensville Game asked a good question. Are we going to be playing the pirate stuff on Friday? Yeah, I think we will dedicate some time to playing the pirate stuff. There's been some like when I got in and changed out the feature feed for this week, it was pretty ridiculous how many competent games there were to choose between. The quality of submissions in Project Spark and games, they're really increasing. It was hard actually choosing. Like we had to make some tough choices for this week's feature feed. So, anyways, that's like a side note for sort of what we're gonna play on Friday. But we will play some pirate levels on Friday.
So someone was asking, does that mean you guys are going to be more encouraged to make a pirate theme? Well, he said theme. I think it's more of a content pack series if it tops.
I don't know. We could go either way.
I'm gonna go with no.
No, all I'll say is we want to make lots of things in Project Spark. That's one thing we'll eventually get to. Just like we'll eventually get to. I mean, we'll eventually get to everything if we continue to be in Project Spark. So one day we'll get to pirates. It's not like it's not really.
It's not top of the line.
Cards. Yeah, but we were really inspired. So I don't know. You never know what might come out of this.
Well, I mean, it was pretty cool some stuff that was being made, but it wasn't exactly saying we can't make pirate stuff in Spark. It was saying the exact opposite.
Yeah, a few people actually joked when they played stuff. They're like, "Well, I guess we never need to make pirate stuff for people."
Because it's been done. No.
Yeah, it was done really well. Like we had to honestly dissect some of these props to understand how they were made. Like there was a really good pirate hat that I forget which user made it. We were kind of like, how did they even do this?
Oh, there's a pirate tag. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's been a pirate tag forever. Because I mean we've known that we've known for a while it's pretty easy to make pirate stuff.
Okay.
And we didn't just add a pirate tag. It's been in there since like beta, way back in beta.
Well, I mean, you can make space pirates too.
You could.
Because I mean, that's all of what Metroid was about.
You can make airship pirates thanks to Lucid Stew's featured level as well.
That's true.
That also was really, I was really impressed by the controls, the handling of those airships. It felt like one of my very favorite games is Skies of Arcadia. It felt like that kind of handling. Really hard to get handling of airships right, but that was really good handling.
So it's interesting. Was Killing Joke featured for his level?
No, he was picked as a winner after the featured feed was made.
So you guys picked the winner, but he actually won it.
No, actually, Lucid Stew's thing I don't think was part of the pirate competition. I thought he did a different level.
I don't know. I could have sworn he was part of it, but if not, then oh well. My bad.
Oh well, if that was the one, then I guess we. I mean, we basically chose that because it was really great design. So.
Just reading through some chat real quick. But, yeah, I don't think it should be an entire theme, because an entire theme means the size of fantasy or sci-fi, and that's just an extreme.
So we're gonna spend 6 months. We're gonna give you black beard, red beard, gold beard, brown beard, white beard.
Spark
Uh,
beard.
yeah. Oh man, imagine a bearded Spark. Imagine you go into a Spark and it has clothing options for beards only.
Only beards on the Sparks.
Nothing else, just beards.
Confirmed. Sparks can grow
Need,
beards, but nothing else.
Viking beards.
Yeah. No, I mean with like every major theme, we look at more than just like one facet of it. So yeah, so I mean that's like a good example. Like we, for instance, we wouldn't do we might do like a theme about pirates and other things, but we probably wouldn't do like an entire theme around like pirates. So like sci-fi is a theme and fantasy is a theme.
And those will
we're-
take years to make.
Yeah, I mean we have different series of those themes, and we may
They could
we
go
may
on
in the
forever, really.
Yeah, they're really good. We may in the future introduce other themes too. We have other themes that we are and have been working on behind closed doors.
Okay, well, as long as Warhammer is integrated in the Spark, I'm happy. That better be the next IP. Like, if I ever run into like the owner of Games Workshop, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, have you heard of Project Spark?" Yeah, and try to pitch it to him and fail miserably. But at least he'll know what Project Spark is.
It's true.
Yeah. So I'm feeling a little bit bad because we had announced that Jeff Guy would be joining us in the promo stuff.
Right. Oh yeah. So yeah, I should address that why he's not here. Yeah. So we've had he is basically the man behind the floodgate to keep services running for you guys. And there have been a number of large major Xbox Live issues with Xbox 360. I shouldn't say major. They're kind of intermittent issues over the past few days with 360 and then Windows 8.1. And so he's been the guy like patching this floodgate and keeping things running, and he's been doing a phenomenal job. We unfortunately did have some downtime yesterday, but we're in a good place where it doesn't look like we should be going down. But he had to step away to make sure that everything continues to run. So he would be here, but if he was here, then probably people might be offline on Project Spark.
Well, so he's been running around the server room with duct tape, basically.
And super glue.
Super glue, really? That's unusual. Usually people only need duct tape.
Yeah.
Duct tape or WD-40, one of the two. If it moves, yeah.
And a flamethrower.
Ooh. Well, I can imagine that'd be entertaining.
Yeah, and and Fred's video has frozen to like just him. There we go. Fred's video is just frozen to him. His like face has not moved in like a minute.
There
we
is.
go. There, Fred's back.
Well, if I had moved the camera the screen cap to the left, you'd see his kid wearing giant aviators. Because that's the picture for his alternate account. Moments before the stream started, we realized that he didn't have a way to make his camera work and his headphones work from the same account. So he had to create a new one, and then, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Last minute fun stuff. It isn't a SparkCast without audio issues. Or it isn't a live cast on Skype without audio issues.
Oh yeah, audio issues are the hallmark of live casts and streams in general.
Do you want to clarify the answer that Maple Platoon is looking for?
Can sparks take human form? We have never talked about if sparks are able to take other forms. They can create other forms. We've never discussed if they can transmutate. So no comment on that yet. But they can create human forms very easily.
Because we are technically sparks.
You are not a spark.
Really, that's what we're referred to.
I was trying to think of a more like a better answer than that. But
You are not the spark.
yeah.
So, it has been a little while since we've had another content pack released. Well, a sizable content pack released since, I guess I have to specify that since we had rainbows.
You
You're
didn't
trying to
like
put them on the spot.
You didn't like rainbows. A lot of people loved the rainbow pack, or also known as Clovers and Gold. It had
Rainbows.
some things that I think everyone has agreed that it's been obviously, yes, it's a small pack, right? But I think it hit on a lot of things people have been asking for and been like dreaming towards. Not maybe something that Paradox Moose has been asking for and dreaming towards, but
I don't know. I know of one person that asked for it, and she likes anything shiny.
well, yeah, you now Super Fancy Unicorn has all the rainbow.
No, not her.
Oh.
I was thinking Nene.
Oh. I mean, a lot of people have been asking for a top hat though. So we knew that if we got this, if we hit on this, we knew we could hit like five big things that people have been asking for, and that's why we focus on those like rainbows. People have been asking for that. Another card. People have been asking for more cards. People have been asking for top hats. People have been asking for like cauldrons, pauldron type things, and then people have been asking for more greenery. So we had the 4-leaf clover. So yeah, it's small, but it had a lot of use for people. What's coming next? Will actually we'll tease what's coming next on tomorrow's stream. So our 3 p.m. stream, twitch.com/project_spark. That's our stream account. But
Good news, everybody.
yeah.
He's going to tease it right now, too.
No, we'll tease it then. Yeah, we'll
It
show
never
we'll
works.
We'll show off the pack.
You're teasing about the tease right now.
Yeah,
So it's a
exactly.
tease.
Such a tease. A double tease.
Mhm.
At least
So
you gave
we're
a date.
We're teasing the tease. We're teasing that we're gonna tease tomorrow.
Fred does have a good point. At least you have a date. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. So tomorrow tomorrow during the stream we will show at some point what the next pack is in Project Spark.
And then on Friday, we'll have the mega revelation of the Game Jam.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Friday will be a big day, and after that, however long the game jam lasts, those will be big weeks.
so I guess we're okay to say this. Will the Game Jam be promoted inside of Project Spark?
Oh yeah, totally. It may be run by the community, but we are definitely going to promote it to everybody who's playing Project Spark, so they all know about it because we and I guess still unnamed sponsor are.
Yeah, what's with that anyway? No, I'm kidding.
I know, right?
Actually, I don't think we've ever asked why is it unnamed.
I don't know.
Well,
It's up to you guys when you want to talk about it.
well, the issue was initially that we didn't want to reveal the prize. If we revealed the sponsor, we'd reveal the prize to some extent.
Yeah. But no,
and
we're
I mean,
leaving it to you guys when you want
Could
to
be
reveal
like
everything.
this or something. I don't know.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, the grand prize is a keyboard, guys.
It's
Hey, that's
Fred's
a good keyboard.
keyboard.
Yeah. our sponsor. We were really happy. We helped secure for the community. Our sponsor is Fred. So first prize is gonna get Fred's keyboard. Second prize will get his Kenny doll behind him. Third prize will get the squirrel plushie behind that.
Fourth prize, we'll get him as a slave. He'll come to your house and clean for you, and code for you, and build websites for you.
Yeah. But no, it's up to you guys.
Mansion.
When you want to announce things, it's up to you. We're just working on like some final approvals of like rules and legal rules and stuff as sponsors. But
But the sponsors have given their go ahead for us to name them.
I wouldn't name them. Don't do it. No.
if you want to.
No.
Fred, you don't want to name the sponsor?
No. Why?
Well, I don't know. Why not? What does chat say? They're
Of
30
course,
seconds
Chad's
behind
gonna
us.
Say yes.
No, they're all gonna say no.
No, we don't want to know. We don't want to know.
How many people are in here?
A few dozen. But yeah, a lot of people watch the recordings. I've been posting the recordings onto YouTube recently, so they've been getting a bit more views that way.
Oh, somebody said no.
Mescat said no. Sorry.
Oh.
No.
And Mescat is a pretty substantial member of the community, so we can't do it. Oh, nope. It says why not. Well, it says why not. Chat says not. Gotcha. I read selectively. That's how it just happened. In any event, we'll be actually revealing the prizes on Friday and all that fun stuff.
Oh, you're not gonna reveal.
Well, you wouldn't reveal.
No.
If you tease the DLC, then we'll tease the sponsor.
All right, I will say deal to that.
All right.
I will give you the name of the next pack. If you guys we'll give the community the sponsors for your game jam.
All right, hold on.
Besides us.
Let me pull up a big graphic real quick.
All right.
We'll just say the sponsor.
This is fun.
I'm not sure what Fred's
we'll
doing.
Do it live.
We'll do it live. Fred,
All
what
right.
are you pulling up?
Just a picture.
So, go ahead and name it, Brian. We're going for it, I guess.
All right. Well, ours is kind of so actually, people may already guess what ours is because there's already a tag in game apparently. But
no, this is terrible.
what you said.
Deal.
So our next pack is going to be called Recon Mission, and we'll tease out what's included in the pack tomorrow.
Oh, so you know what? We're actually past 9 o'clock, and so what's Fred doing? I need to move my thing. Oh,
Oh.
is that our sponsor? I didn't realize. No. So yeah, that was our sponsor, and we're not going to say it out loud, but that was the sponsor.
That's it.
That's it. We don't actually want to say exactly what the prizes are, but they are pretty swell. And we built our game jam pretty much around that. I think it's safe to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what? I was reveling in the revelation.
Oh, see. Yeah. So the cat's out of the bag for that. Yes, Starwalker did call it early. He put way too much stuff put together.
He's a smart guy.
God.
Like
I was AFK in chat, but I was still reading everything, and just the amount of information he put together to guess the sponsor, I was like, "Are you serious? He just guessed it."
well, he doesn't
Like,
know. He doesn't know exactly which prize we're giving away. They have a lot of stuff. They even have pencils, so we could be giving away Alienware pencils.
Oh, you gave me the grand prize.
Yeah, it's gonna be so sweet. People are gonna be like, "Man, I'm so glad I won that prize. I'm glad I'm the person who won that prize." Yeah, but yeah.
So grand prize is a lifetime supply of pencils from Alienware.
But yeah, we were given a set amount of these products because they're not going to agree to giving us an unlimited amount of whatever the prizes were. And we had to then say, oh yeah, that's funny. Mescad brings up Abra works for Dell, which is associated with Alienware, which...
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, he gave himself up too, which we appreciate.
Yes,
But yeah, we were given these prizes, and we're not going to say no to people saying, hey, here's a lot of money's worth of free stuff. So we did our best to make sure that it's going to be a fair competition and that people are going to really want these prizes and they're going to set themselves up to get them. But also we have, of course, negotiated prizes from Team Dakota for in addition to those prizes. So even if you are a collaborator who doesn't get the stuff from Alienware, which I just said out loud, whoops, then you'll still get some really, really nice prizes. And when you see the I guess curve of prizes, you're still going to want to collaborate to get the best prizes possible.
Yeah, we're really going all in with the prizes that we're able to give out to people who participate.
It was a lot of stuff. I asked for a lot more, and then I kind of got negotiated down. But
I know, yeah, we did have to have some back and forth negotiations. Moose was like, "How about you give everyone everything for
forever,
forever?" And we're like, "Well, what does legally forever mean?" So, yeah, we deal with stuff like that.
So yeah, we were able to get a lot, I think, and I'm like, why am I negotiating so hard? I'm not getting any of this. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to get back to we have a lot going on. This is sort of like the crazy period right now because as some people may have seen, we had some job postings. We're looking to hire people, so we're sort of we have a lot of work for a small team. So looking forward to when we can grow. But yeah, we have a lot to do.
Indeed, and you guys are growing and shrinking simultaneously, I guess.
Yeah, well, we're actually we have over the past few months. I can say over the past few months we've grown.
Okay. Well, I guess that's good because it means you can no longer hide behind the small team defense. No, I'm kidding.
Well, by grown net, I think we've grown by like two or three team members.
Okay.
But really like really good team members.
Well, you also lost James, and that's like losing 10 or 12 people.
Yeah, James is doing amazing things, working on third-party publishing now. That's I can't say anything else, but he's still at Microsoft. He got an amazing opportunity that he had to take.
Yeah, I'm rooting hard for James because he's a really good guy.
So
He's yeah.
how many positions do you have open now?
We have two engineering positions. One of them actually we just filled, so we have a senior engineering position that we're looking to fill. We are looking at another potential services position. We just filled actually like four other positions we've been looking at. So yeah, we have we have a lot of positions. It's just sort of in general with any sort of with any game you might have kind of a more steady amount of people coming and going because the games industry is a lot like moves a lot faster than in any other
Yeah.
industry. So like for instance, the financial industry kind of people are usually set in their jobs for a long time. So like generally we have seen like people leave and then but then they're always replaced by other people. So overall though we have slightly grown as a team over the past few months.
Good deal. And I guess we'll be hearing more about that in the coming days.
Coming weeks and months, not coming days.
Oh,
They're using us to give them more time
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
this
Like,
you
game.
know
like,
what?
we threw stuff at you like, shh, everyone's happy. We can work now.
I feel so used. You're like, hey, do you guys want to help us with the game jam? We're like, sure. And then you're like,
This just gave us a whole month.
yes, we don't have to actually do it, you guys. We don't have to do it anymore. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
in any event, we're thankful for Brian and Fred for joining us for this Sparkcast, and we are hoping that Jeff is alive and well and hasn't been, tripped up and strangled by some cords in the server room.
Yeah, I'll check on him. But yeah,
So
and Jeff, everyone should silently thank Jeff for doing like it's all behind the scenes work, but he's been doing an amazing job of keeping things up as much as possible because there's just intermittent issues that come in, but he is like really gone above and beyond to make sure that we stay stable. Because there are other titles that have been hit kind of harder than ours. So yeah, so we're up. People can log in, continue to log in. We had like slight downtime yesterday, but that's about it, and that's all we're looking at.
Yeah, well, go Jeff. And he's
Yeah,
been doing some other stuff with, my understanding is like improving the patch process and stuff like that.
yeah. Jeff is he's leading a lot of really cool features as well that we can't talk about yet, but he's leading some really cool features.
All right,
So
so since we announced the sponsor, you can go ahead and announce those features.
no, I just we're not ready to announce them.
All right, fine. Well,
Yeah.
we'll announce all the rules right now about the game jam. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God, that would take like 20 minutes. I don't have time for that.
All right. Well, yeah. So again, thanks Fred and Brian for joining us, and we'll look forward to hearing more from you guys next week. I believe it'll be Zach joining us next week.
Potentially.
Potentially Zach. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's interesting.
We'll let you know.
Alrighty then. And thanks Fred for all his hard work that he does on .org because I know it's a lot of time spent at his office doing all this stuff.
Yeah, and thanks to all the .org admin for like we basically the game jam process has been we said, hey guys, we have all these prizes. You guys want to do a game jam? And then they organize every single thing after that. So every single awesome thing while the game jams are running is because of their hard work. So everyone in .org should thank the admin and mods at .org.
Not just .org. Everybody everywhere in Project Spark should thank us. We're sacrificing a lot for this. I can't
That's
even
true.
enter.
They can't win these awesome prizes.
I can't
We're
even
pretty
enter
bummed
for
about
it.
that. Yeah.
Mike puts a lot of time into .org now. Not as much as I used to, but that's because I've set it all up and I can walk away for a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my hobby now. I spend more time on .org than I do inside of projects. Oh my god, I'm turning into Fred. All right,
Now I
and on
just need you to start coding and I can completely walk away.
and on
you
that
built.
bombshell, we'll see you next week. Thanks, Fred and Brian.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
Later,
See.
guys.
Thanks, community.